Hello, Spirit Squad. This is your girl Pixie coming at you with all the tea on this full moon in Scorpio that we're having on the 7th of May. But first, if you are new here, welcome. My name is Pixie. I am a creative witch, an intuitive, an empath, an energy worker. I created this channel as a safe space for us to discuss spirituality, art, and magic, and to bring you guys uplifting, encouraging messages through readings and pick a cards mainly. If all of those good things interest you, by all means, join the Spirit Squad today by subscribing, and remember to ring my bell so you get notified every time I upload, which is at least once a week, so stay tuned for that. And if you are a returning member of the Spirit Squad, thank you so much for being here and welcome back. So first I'm going to give you a quick rundown of the sign, then I'm going to move on to an overview. I will touch on the focus on this full moon and what exactly happens, and I'm also going to talk about a full moon ritual that you can implement in your practice if you have one, which is going to be a forgiveness ritual, so more about that later. Of course, I'm going to give us an affirmation we can work with, and also crystals, herbs, plants that you can also use for this full moon if you wish to, of course. And I'm going to end with a pick a card, and this time Spirit asked me to do 5 piles, so I went with that. Stay tuned. I will of course provide a screenshot of the piles for you to meditate on if you need to, as well as timestamps, because I always do. You know I love you guys. So let's get started. A few words about the sign of Scorpio. I would like to announce as a disclaimer that I do not know that many Scorpios. So apologies if I got some facts wrong. Please correct me in the comments below. If you know any Scorpios, or if you have Scorpio in your chart, maybe you will confirm or deny some of the things I'm going to tell you today. So Scorpio is a water sign. Yes, it is. It's a water sign. It's a fixed sign, which means stable. It is the polar opposite of Taurus. It is a negative or yin or feminine or passive sign, which all water signs and all earth signs are. Scorpio season runs from the 23rd of October until the 20th of November. Scorpio is of course represented by the scorpion with the sting, right? But I have also seen it represented as spiders and also eagles. Scorpio rules the 8th house, which is the house of basically sex, death, and taxes, and also rebirth. It is worth checking if you have any Scorpio in your chart, whether sun, moon, or rising, and what sign and or planet you have in your 8th house. In my case, I also have a water sign, which is Pisces. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. Associated deities: Vulcan, Kali, Kalima, Pluto, of course, and Hades, god of the underworld. Scorpio is represented by number 13, which is death in the tarot. So all of that makes Scorpio sound really scary. I get it. Scorpio also rules the genitals. Yes. These nuts. The urinary and reproductive systems. I read that Scorpio sons, but also people who have Scorpio in their chart, really heavy, need to pay attention to their bladder and liver. The archangel associated with Scorpio is Archangel Jeremiel. Overview of the personality of Scorpios. I have done research, and I found out that Scorpios are very physical, very passionate. That is probably why most people confuse Scorpios with fire signs, including myself. Scorpios have the reputation of being very intense, very mystical, highly intuitive individuals, and very mysterious. The shadow side of Scorpio is that they are mistrustful, they're very secretive, they can be obsessive and jealous, and can also exhibit destructive tendencies. Famous Scorpios, you probably all know: Whoopi Goldberg, Tilda Swinton, love them. Pablo Picasso, yes, an artist, I had to. And of course, the grand high bitch herself, RuPaul. Because, you know me and drag queens, right? What happens exactly during this full moon? Technically, it goes like this. The sun and the moon are sitting opposite each other. So the sun is in the sign of Taurus, while the moon is in the sign of Scorpio in its polarity. Full moons, as you might already know, illuminate areas that need to be worked on. They illuminate areas that need more balance in our lives, areas where we feel discomfort and where we need growth. This is especially true, like I was saying, if you have Scorpio in your direct chart, sun, moon, or rising, and perhaps it will affect you more if you are a Scorpio moon. So check in for that, as this is going to be a super moon as well, the last super moon of the year. This particular full moon is asking us to focus on forgiveness. So I'm coming back with another ritual, and this time it is a forgiveness ritual, which you will see is similar to the releasing ritual that I talked about in this video. For this ritual, you will need some tools, namely pen. You can use colored pens, paper. You will need a recipient, some sort of cauldron or something like that, and of course a lighter or matches, because we're gonna set fire to that shit. If you cannot burn anything, you can tear the paper or flush it down. It also works. I find that fire is more helpful to release things, but really it's up to you. As well as the most magical tool of all time, bubbles. I will explain later. Of course, if you need to meditate, cast a circle, do what you need to do prior, absolutely. Go with what your intuition tells you, always. That's what I recommend. Then on your paper, you're going to write down the names of the people you need to forgive. If you know their birth dates, also a plus, but if you don't, that's all right. And you can also, if it's not too long, write the reason why you need to forgive them. Always include yourself. Always. When you are done, read what you have written out loud, if you can, to the full moon. Then one by one, set fire to those papers, place them in your container, and watch them burn. While you do that, focus on your intention. I forgive so and so for this and that. I forgive this person for this and that. And I forgive myself. Now that you have done that, this is where you get your bubbles. Why bubbles? Because one, bubbles are magical, and also to relieve that stress. It's the same as taking a deep breath and exhaling, but more fun. You can, of course, choose to journal the experience and talk about your feelings. However, you might need to redo this ritual several times, especially with the new moon in Scorpio that we will have on the 15th of November. That will be a great time to redo this ritual. If you decide to join us on Patreon, please know that patrons get extra content that I'm not showing here on YouTube, as well as curated worksheets for the full moons and the new moons. In this instance, I curated and created a general 3-card spread for the month ahead, a 3-card spread for this full moon in Scorpio, a little blurb about Pluto, who she is, what she represents, what she does for us, prompts for journaling, as well as this forgiveness ritual that I just told you about. So if all of those good things interest you, by all means, join us on Patreon. I will be very happy to see you there. Last but not least, crystals, herbs, plants you can use for this full moon. Of course, we have tourmaline, citrine, red jasper, smoky quartz, garnet. Those were the main ones I found. In terms of herbs that you can include in your cooking or that you can turn into a brew, we have mint, always a favorite, catnip, I know, nettle, basil, another favorite, sage, and coriander. Before I move on to the reading, I'm gonna pull an affirmation, a mantra we can work on for this full moon in Scorpio. So let's see, what do we need to know? What affirmation could we work with? There we go. What is this affirmation? I have the courage to stand up for myself. Oh, we need that. I have the courage to stand up for myself. I really like that energy. So this is it. If you're a patron, we get a special message from this full moon. Stay tuned. If you are joining me here on YouTube, we have a pick a card with 5 pals. I will show you a picture of those 5 pals so you can pause and meditate and choose a pile or several if you feel so inclined. I have pulled the cards already. I do not know where they are. I'm discovering them with you guys. And without further ado, let's get into it. For the viewers who chose pile 1 with the mohawk skull, what I have first are those energy cards that tell us what sign or planet we can harness the energy of for this full moon. Pluto. Very apropos. Death and rebirth and transformation. The moon. Excellent. And what is that? And Chiron, the wounded healer. It would be interesting to see which sign is associated with Chiron in your chart and what it means. Oracle cards we have number 5, thought, throat chakra. We have 22, the ice cream, heart chakra, 54, the drama, yep. 4 of Wands, yes, okay, work, synchronicities, 5, 2, 4. I see you guys expressing yourselves and expressing your truth and really what is important to you, and being done with the drama, right? All those crazy thoughts kind of going in and out of your head. I really see the energy of forgiving, like really telling people that you're forgiving them for the past hurts and healing in the process and overcoming. This talks about success. This is the 11-11, right? As Rambling Mike once said, I love that guy. So it's really harnessing your emotional power and liberating yourself from those traps, from those shackles of the mind, setting yourself free through forgiveness. This is really the message of this full moon. So I'm kind of spooked right now. This destructive energy, Pluto has very strong, intense energy. So using that to perhaps put an end to relationships or thought patterns that were toxic, that's going to be the right time for that. Forgiving yourself for the thoughts you've had, the old kind of obsolete constructs that you've used in your life. Forgive yourself for that, because those constructs were not yours. They were imposed on you by society. So moving away from that, this is renewed energy and ascending. So this is a beautiful message. You guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. I hope this message resonates. Give a like if it does. And I would like to thank Spirit and my guides for bringing forth such a beautiful message for you guys today. And remember, you are protected, you are supported, and you are divinely guided. Until I see you again. Bye. Pile 2, if you have chosen the Mericatmus. This is your reading. First of all, I'm going to start with the energies that we can harness for this full moon in Scorpio. We have Mercury, communication, and Saturn. This is crazy. This came up for the reading on Patreon. So Saturn is it can be intense energy, very serious, very much about work, ethics, reputation. Mercury, like I said, communication. So these are two very interesting energies that can complement each other. Oracle cards, you have 11, Sekhmet, root chakra. What's that? 24, Horus, also root chakra and solar plexus. Fiery energy. We have 2, fire again. To want. 45, the branch. And Queen of Cups. There's a feeling that I'm getting of being out of your depth. Feeling alone. Feeling like you can't reach out to anybody. Pile 2. Please let me know if this resonates. Some of you are looking for a nurturing person, friend, being, individual that you can communicate with, talk to. Some of you are that person. You are here for others. For some of you, I feel there's a burnout, too much work, very intense energy. It's all going to be about using all this fire energy into something positive, something creative. Do not hesitate to ask for help if you need it. You are not alone, you are part of the whole. Not only are you supported by Spirit and your guides, even if you can't see them, but you are surrounded. You have more friends than you know. In terms of synchronicities, we have 11, double 2, and double 4. There is stability and there is potential for expansion. Now, this is interesting because you have the 4 fixed signs at the top. So you are surrounded And it's time for you to see that. See clearly. See it for what it is. There is something that needs to be expressed. Here with the blue throat chakra. Again, communication. Some of you feel like they're choking because they've been holding on for too long to something they needed to express. This full moon in Scorpio, let it out. But do it in a circumspect way. Use your better judgment. If you get irritated, I always say, walk away. Or perhaps express yourself through a text. Because it gives you the time to slow down and reflect and read what you have written. To get more perspective on it. So it's really a matter of expressing yourself if you have to, if you feel like you need to vent, to rant to someone. Please know that you have friends around you that you can get in touch with. Do not be afraid of reaching out. And do not be afraid to forgive as well, because this full moon is all about forgiveness. If you feel like you have been wronged, that would be an opportune time for you to release, to let go of all of that. You guys, I hope this reading resonates. Let me know in the comments below. Please leave a like if you enjoyed it. I would like to take the time to thank Spirit and my guides for bringing forth this message for you guys today. Remember, you are protected, you are supported, and you are divinely guided. And until I see you again, bye. For the viewers who chose pile 3 with these beautiful illustrations, all illustrations are mine, by the way, forgot to say. This is your reading. First, I'm going to delve into the energies that we can harness during this full moon. So we have Uranus, Taurus, Earth sign, and Neptune. All right. Oracle cards, you guys got 1. Everybody got a different number of cards. We have number 2, Isis. This is the High Priestess. 28, the Chooser, the Fool, and the 9 of Wands. In terms of synchronicities, I see 22 again. Okay, throat chakra and heart chakra. Again, expressing something, like in another pile as well, we had that. Expressing something that has been weighing on our hearts. Taking a risk and getting away from this fear, this kind of protection, like we've been kind of sheltering ourselves from being hurt again. So much with the energy of forgiving, taking a risk. This is Uranus energy, taking a risk, new beginnings, taking a leap of faith. You want to get out of this overprotected, caged mentality, and you want to take risks again. You want to feel empowered. That's what I'm feeling for this pile. Pile 3, let me know. And kind of get in touch as well with your intuition. This goes with Taurus, but also Neptune. Neptune is the planet of mystery and intuition and dreams. So pay attention to the dreams you're gonna have on this full moon, because they might reveal something very important to you. They might be telling you something, or they might show you that way in which you can take a risk, start something new. This is so many opportunities. New business, new venture, new creative project, anything with a fresh energy, if that makes sense. So for this pile, I'll see you guys walking away from your sheltered mentality, from this fear of getting hurt, and really moving on with renewed energy and trusting in your intuition. So this is really positive beginnings. Full moons are a time of completion, or starting anew. It goes perfectly with the energy of the Fool. So you guys are ready to move on. Trust your gut, go with your instinct and be open to receiving messages from spirit as well. So I hope this reading resonates. You guys let me know and give a like if it did. And I would like to take the time to thank my guides and spirit for bringing forth such a beautiful message for you guys today. Remember, you're protected, you're supported, and you're divinely guided. And until I see you again, bye. If you have chosen pile number 4 with this cute summary illustration made by yours truly, this is your reading. Let's start with the energies that we can harness. You guys only got one card, and this is Sagittarius. So some of you might have Sagittarius in their chart, Sun, Moon, Rising. You have the Oracle card of Bastard, number 6. I see throat chakra. Again, all the piles have had something related to the throat chakra and the heart chakra. There we go. 24. The bubble gum. That's also a 6. 48. What was I saying? Throat chakra and heart chakra. The halo. Really heavy throat chakra. Something is happening. 3 of Cups. Yes, 3 of Cups. Come through. Some of you have something to say to friends, to relatives. You have this feeling that you are alone, but you are not. You are supported. In terms of synchronicities, I see double 6 and double 4. So those numbers probably mean something to you, or you might see them a lot in the upcoming days and the days after the full moon. I see a lot of healing and a lot of expansion of the crown chakra as well. So it's on all levels, like I've said before, that this is all connected. You guys really feel the need to assess something that has been done in the past and get on with it. Really assess it, face on, release it. Speak your truth and celebrate it. This is about celebration. This is gathering with friends. Enjoy your time with friends as well during this full moon. This is going to be a time of reciprocity, I feel. And harnessing that Sagittarius energy, that beautiful, optimistic, enthusiastic energy. I feel like you guys are going to have fun and talk a lot and be very energetic during this full moon. And that it will help you, like I said, heal your heart chakra and kind of open up and expand the potential of your crown chakra. Help you start this journey of ascension. This is really beautiful energy. So you guys, I hope this reading resonates. Let me know if it does. Give a like if it did. I would like to thank my guides and spirit for coming through and bringing such a beautiful message for you guys today. And remember, you are protected, you are supported, and you are divinely guided. And until I see you again, bye. Pile number 5, last but not least. This is also the pile I chose, so let's see what the cards have in store for us. This is very exciting. I'm going to start with the energies that we can harness during this full moon in Scorpio. We have Libra and Virgo, air sign, earth sign. The oracle card we have is number 8, Papyrus. We also have 14, the little blue chair. 51, the doll of the night doll. And 9 of Pentacles. Synchronicities, double 1, double 5. These numbers might mean something to you. To me, this is talking about the past one. This is talking about the solar plexus and the heart chakra. In the other piles, we had a lot of throat chakra, but not so much this one. We need to analyze something with the Virgo energy. We need to sit down. We need to sit down and analyze something perhaps that has happened in our childhood or that has happened many, many years ago. I see fire energy and new opportunities. Here we have 4 wands, and over here we also have kind of like 4 wands. Perhaps during this full moon, opportunities are going to line up, perhaps for a job. Not necessarily. It doesn't have to be. I'm just saying, here with the Nine of Pentacles, this talks about business and making that extra push, that extra effort to get to the 10. Paying attention to relationships with Libra energy here. Perhaps relationship with your kids if you have children, or younger ones in your environment. What I'm getting from this is that this is going to be a time for reflection, to reflect on opportunities that are kind of lining up for you. But it is definitely going to be a time to sit down and rest and analyze relationships in particular, but really clearing out this old energy, clearing it out and getting more confidence in yourself, which is going to bring about more abundance. It's really clearing the karma. It might be past lives. Power 5. I hope this message resonates. Let me know if it does. Give a like if it does. I would like to thank my guides and spirit for bringing forth such a beautiful message for us today. And remember, you are protected, you are supported, and you are divinely guided. And until I see you again, bye.